What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Homegrown Career Mode. This is episode number 5, and we start today's episode off with some player training. As you can see right now, we've got Cook in 3 slots, Ward-Prowse in 1, and Jackson in 1 as well. We were training Cook so he could get to 60 overall, and he hit that in the last episode, and we start today's episode off by finding out his potential. And as you can see, he's got the exciting prospect tag, which is absolutely fantastic. So it's between, I believe it's 86 to 90, the exciting prospect range, and as we know, low high work rate, 84 aggression already on the young 17-year-old, 6'3", and that's a real relief to see as well, because we started the season off absolutely catastrophically on defense. So far, just the 1 clean sheet picked up to start the season off. That, of course, came in the last game after our 3-0 victory over Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. So Cook, delighted with that exciting prospect, and now he knows potential is really good. He's definitely going to get a lot of game time this season, absolutely no question, due to our limited options in that role in our team. But for the first game of today's episode, we take on Brighton and Hove Albion. Of course, last year were at a newly promoted side to the Premier League under Chris Hughton, and they did very well to keep themselves up, and they travelled to St Mary's to take us on here in the first game of 4 in today's episode. We once again line up in a 4-4-2, same team as the one to beat Crystal Palace by 3-0. So Sam Gallagher, who really impressed in that game in London, would once again start as part of our front 2, with Sermon also coming in for the captain Stephen Davis as well. This game in real life finished as a 2-2 draw. It was a really good game, watched it. There was a cracking goal by Hoiberg for the Saints, who of course we sold due to it not being homegrown. And heading to the game, I was hoping we'd get our first win at St Mary's to start the season off. Unfortunately, this goal sort of epitomised our start of the season in front of our home fans. There were very few chances inside the first half an hour, but in the 34th minute, Elkerson claimed the goal as Brighton went in front 11 minutes before the break. But there was absolutely no way he was going to claim it officially. It was certainly going to be taken off him. So you missed it on the first showing. You'll see it on the replay. His shot was well saved by McCarthy, who closed him down quickly, but it ricocheted off our number 1, hit Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain on the shin, and unfortunately trickled into the bottom corner, and his despairing dive counted for nothing. So an own goal for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, and Brighton scored with their first proper chance of the game in bizarre fashion. So 1-0, the visitors in front, and a stroke of misfortune to give the away side the early advantage. However, as they into the second half, they started off really strong as well. Alex McCarthy made a great save there 4 minutes after the restart to stop Elkerson from claiming that goal and turn it behind for a corner. But really, it was all Brighton in the first hour's worth of football in this game. When Davy Proper took aim from just outside the area, the Dutch midfielder found the back of the net with an absolutely superb curling effort, and Brighton went 2 goals up 11 minutes after the restart. And this really was a sign of the times. We may have got a clean sheet against Crystal Palace away at Selhurst Park, but we are really struggling to start the season off on defence, and the ultimate difficulty is proving to be a real challenge. And I'm pleased as well. I'm really pleased because, you know, last year Legendary at times was far too easy, especially on defence. This year, it feels like on Ultimate Difficulty, when the AI want to score a goal, they'll score a goal. You're almost powerless to resist at times. When they want to find the back of the net, they will. So 2-0, great goal with Proper. But we did respond though. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's shot there going just off target as it was still 2-0. Another chance there with Sam Gallagher on the volley. Wonderful technique there, firing it just wide of the post and behind for a goal kick. We kept the hustle up. We kept on pressing just like we did against Crystal Palace, and kept the belief up that we could find ourselves a route back into this game. And as you can see, we kept on putting the pressure on the Brighton players. Lewis Dunk was forced all the way backwards towards Matt Ryan, the Australian goalkeeper, who took a touch, but his terrible kick went straight to Nathan Redmond, and Redmond capitalised on an error from the Aussie and headed the ball into the unguarded net, and half deficits put us back in the game. So Ryan put under pressure there, was trying to play it through to his centre-back, but a terrible kick went straight in the air to Nathan Redmond, who headed it home and into the back of the net to make it 2-1. So back in the game, Redmond's second goal in 2 games there, put us back in this one, and the pressure was intensified right from that moment. We kept on going at Brighton, trying to make them nervous, put them on the back foot, and try and create some more chances, force them into more areas. We won ourselves a corner here with 10 minutes to go, and Charlie Austin off the bench rose highest from Oxlade-Chamberlain's lovely ball into the centre and headed it past Ryan and into the back of the net. So the Saints battled back from 2 goals down to get back on level terms with 2 late goals. First Redmond, then Charlie Austin, and a great header by Austin off the bench there, and a great delivery by the Ox as well. Wonderful little whipped corner to the near post, and Austin, yes, rises higher there, wins it in the air and puts it past Ryan and into the back of the net. So 2-2. Austin gets his first goal of the Premier League campaign. We were hanging on for the point at this stage though. Brighton then came at us in the final 10 minutes trying to get back in front, and in stoppage time they would do just that. A corner was dealt with but only half cleared. It was whipped back into the centre, and the number 16 with a name I've got no chance of pronouncing managed to get his head onto the ball, put it past McCarthy and into the back of the net as Brighton scored their third goal of the game. And it was kind of funny because heading to this game they were apparently the lowest scorers in the Premier League in the game. They scored 3 here at St Mary's, just a launched long ball into the centre. Redmond failed to read the situation, didn't even jump, and Johan Baksh headed it home and made it 3-2. So directly from kickoff, Brighton knew they'd won it. The referee blew for full time straight afterwards, and Brighton came to St Mary's and extended our horrendous defensive record this season and our awful record at home. Still yet to win a game this season in the Premier League at St Mary's as Chris Hughton side get the 3 points in a roller coaster of a game. It was a really, really good one. First it was all Brighton, then it was all Southampton, and then right at the death, Brighton win it. And unfortunately we couldn't hold on to the point there, which wouldn't have been a bad one, especially battling back from 2 goals down. So Brighton claim the 3 points, they get the win, and again our wait for a win at St Mary's continues. And this is a bit of a concern for us as well, because obviously in real life Southampton also have a really poor record at St Mary's. I was kind of hoping this year that the home would be a fortress. I always like to turn the home ground into a fortress in career mode and make it an impenetrable place to come for opposition players. But at the moment it's looking like we've got it's not a fortress. It's like it's like the Three Pigs. It's just a house made of straw, and the teams are rolling up and just blowing us over, because we at the moment just cannot get anything sorted at home. And on the south coast we are looking really weak indeed. So 3 to the final score, and directly after that we headed into the second game of 4 in today's episode as we will go ahead and take on Liverpool away at Anfield. And heading into the game I decided to make some changes to our lineup and also to our formation as well. Archie Cook came in to play as part of our back 4. Angus Gunn would also replace Alex McCarthy in goal for us as well, and also young Ethan Collins will get his first start in the Southampton shirt as well. And also we switched to a 4-1-4-1 in this game, trying to set up a little more defensively against Liverpool's deadly attack. But unfortunately 25 minutes in, despite a pretty good defensive start in the first 20 minutes, hadn't conceded a single shot, we were looking quite comfortable on the ball at the back. Well, I made a grave error with the 17-year-old Archie Cook, gave the ball away, and Liverpool took full advantage. And that's what I'm finding out on this year's Ultimate Difficulty as well. If you make one mistake against the AI, you'll get punished, and there is absolutely no doubt about that. Gave the ball away with the young centre-back there, Liverpool won it straight back, and Roberto Firmino played forward, was not going to miss, punished the young teenager, and made it 1-0. So the Reds in front, had to hold my hands up there, that was my error, terrible mistake. We almost got back on the terms almost directly afterwards. Luke Shaw storming down left-hand side, great run by our new signing, whipping across to the far post, across the ground, but James Ward-Prowse couldn't keep the shot down and fired it over the bar. So we trailed at the break by a goal. We weren't playing too bad, it was quite an even first half, and in the second half Salah was denied by Angus Gunn 7 minutes after the restart as Liverpool looked to extend their 2-goal cushion, but really they weren't threatening too much. We were actually defending okay. We were only behind due to an error by myself, and as we were still trailing by 1, I still believed heading into the final 20 minutes there might be a chance to get back on level terms and claim ourselves a point. And as Luke Shaw released Nathan Redmond down left hand side here, we had a good opportunity as he got in behind our former right back Cedric, cutting from the left hand side, beat Virgil van Dijk, went for goal. His first shot was blocked, but his second shot was rifled past Alisson into the back of the net, and Nathan Redmond got his 3rd goal in 3 games to continue what has been an impressive spell of form for the young winger as he found the back of the net and put us back on level terms, and I felt it was no less than we deserved as well. We played quite well in this game, with a quarter of an hour to go, we were looking quite impressive when going forward, looking quite threatening, and finally we found the breakthrough I felt we justly deserved. A great strike by Redmond on the half volley and no chance for the goalkeeper. So 1-1, back on level terms, and with 2 minutes to go there was one late chance to win the game. Ethan Collins, who made his debut in this game, stepped in, played a great through ball to Ryan Bertrand, and with a minute of normal time to go, what a scene at Anfield. The Saints come from behind to score 2 late goals and win the game and claim the 3 points. Ryan Bertrand off the bench, played through by the 17-year-old Ethan Collins with a brilliant through ball to thread it through to the left back, and a great finish past Alisson into the back of the net, put us in front for the first time and gave us the 3 points. So Bertrand with the goal, Saints with the win. It's 2 wins in our last 3 and also back-to-back wins away from home as well. A very impressive victory over Jurgen Klopp and a title contending side in Liverpool. What a victory for Southampton, and it doesn't make up for what has been a very shaky start, particularly defensively and especially at home, but it does give me confidence going forward away from home. We could be a real threat this season when on our travels. Back-to-back wins and the best win of the series so far. A brilliant win and a great performance and a great victory for Redmond as well. 3 goals in 3 games for Nathan Redmond. He's proven to be, well, right now he's our top scorer, and he's proven to be very hard to stop indeed. So a good 2-1 victory there. Delighted with that, and it certainly was unexpected. We were absolutely thrilled to return back to the South Coast with the 3 points in the bag. But for the third and fourth games of today's episode, we will now turn our attentions to the EFL Cup as we took on my team, Millwall, as the Lions come and take us on here at St Mary's on the South Coast. And I was thinking, we've had a poor start at home this season. The only one we've had in front of our home fans was in this competition in the last round against Gillingham on a penalty shootout. So as the Championship side will come and take us on, we did feel an entirely weakened side, but I was still expecting us to get the job done with hopefully minimal fuss and advance through to the next round. The first chance fell 28 minutes in. Josh Jackson, JJ, played forward after a lovely through ball, but his tame effort was easily saved by Jordan Archer and pushed away by the English-born Scottish international. So still 0-0 as we head into the break in a half of very few chances where really we were dominating possession but not doing much other than that. Millwall did have a good chance here just after the restart though. The Irish PLO, Sean Williams, with a nice corner to the near post, was headed on but denied by McCarthy as it was still 0-0. And with 17 minutes to go, the Championship side were growing in confidence as they'll begin to venture forward into our area and look for some chances after only really threatening from range in the first half. Jed Wallace dinked the ball into the centre. Lee Gregory controlled it brilliantly, and Gregors, after taking the ball around Nathan Dyer, found the back of the net to give the Lions the goal to surely win them the game with 15 minutes to go. It was a great cross by Jed into the centre, but the first touch by Lee Gregory was absolutely phenomenal. It's the sort of thing where you sort of just have to hold your hands up and say, do you know what? I mean, I've been beat there and there wasn't much I could do about it. Cross the centre, and look at this, the way he turns Nathan Dyer, sends him walking the other way, and then on the left foot, doesn't take a touch, just whips it past Alex McCarthy into the back of the net and makes it 1-0. So Millwall in front, and that was how the game finished. The Lions get the victory and advance through to the next round of the EFL Cup, and we are out, and our misery at St Mary's continues. We failed to even get a goal. No one brings those flags on away days, trust me. And Millwall get the victory courtesy of a late Gregor's goal in a 1-0 scoreline. So we had some chances, we had some shots, we had several on target, but just couldn't find the back of the net in this game. Lacked the clinical finish that Gregory provided there with only their second shot on target as Millwall get the win. And again, it is a concern. The struggle is real, particularly defensively. The struggle is real, particularly at home. And you know, with Southampton this season, you know, struggling at home in real life, and they have done for a while now. They've not played too well at St Mary's for quite some time. It's kind of nice to know it's a bit of a realistic feel. We struggle at St Mary's just like they do in real life as well. But again, it's kind of frustrating how when I started to save off, I was thinking, right, here we go. It's going to be a tough season for us this year. Get into grips with the new homegrown criteria. Got to make sure we're good at home. And so far, we're yet to win a single Premier League game at home. And the only we've had is against Gillingham in League One on a penalty shootout. So we got to sort it out at home. But I guess if nothing else, I was pleased to note for the fourth and final game of today's episode, we'd be away from home against Molineux. Against Wolves away at Molineux, a newly promoted side for this division. And I was thinking, can we make it 3 wins from 3 on our travels? Well, we got off to an absolutely terrible start when 15 minutes in, João Moutinho fired Wolves into the lead after McCarthy made a save, but Moutinho turned in the rebound and Wolves struck first blood. And then 34 minutes into the game, we failed to get the ball clear here. Diego Jota finding Ruben Neves in space. He found his man, nice ball inside to Raul Jimenez, and Wolves at this point were just getting fancy with us. Wolves this season winning over a lot of people. They've had a really good start to the Premier League campaign, already in the top half, and obviously it's not really a surprise. You can't really call them a surprise package, because many people felt this season that Wolves would do well and would start the Premier League campaign off strong as well, due to some good signings in the summer, such as Rui Patricio, for example, in goal, and how well he performed last season. Nuno's got them playing really well, and in the game they were getting fancy with it. Lovely little flare pass assist there into Raul Jimenez as the number 9 found the back of net for his first goal in the Premier League, and Wolves were 2 goals up heading into half time. So an abysmal first half from Southampton. We tried to respond early in the second half. First, Luke Shaw denied by Rui Patricio as it was still 2-0. And then a couple minutes later, Ethan Collins is looking very talented, young midfielder, finding Nathan Dyer, who struck the ball over the bar from a tight angle. Still 2-0. We were growing in confidence, getting back into the game. But I say it all the time, and I'll say it once again, it's a bit of a catchphrase on this channel. If you don't take your chances, you will get punished, and that's exactly what happened. 73 minutes into the game, a cross by Diego Jota to the far post was headed in in by the number 3, and Wolves made it 3-0 on their way to getting 3 points. We had those chances there, and unlike in the first game of today's episode, we didn't take them, and because of that, we then conceded the 3rd goal, and that was the icing on the cake where the writing was on the wall. Wolves get the win by 3-0. It is back-to-back defeats. It is 3 defeats in our last 4 games. The struggle is real. It's been a poor start to the Premier League campaign, and we have got to get some good form sorted at some point, because whilst we're still at the relegation zone right now, just 2 wins in our first 7, it's not been a great start, and we are looking over our shoulders nervously already so early on into the campaign. But that went in today's episode though, guys, so thank you very much for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy today's episode, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic Monday, and I'll see you for the next episode of the Homegrown Career Mode very soon.